Her name, Alice.
And what is your business with her?
She took something from me. I will not say what it was. It's not important. It is a trifle. I don't see why you're making such a fuss. It says nothing. I must have it back. But not that I'm concerned. As soon as possible. Either way, I'm fine with the outcome. Give it to me. Who knows about it?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. Oh, really, Sam?
The greater good.
Yeah, the 1 week I actually pause so you can say it. You don't. That's great. This is episode 174, and today we're talking about Alice Through the Looking Glass. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew. Damn, I miss Alan Rickman Jemison.
I really do.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now that I bring the
heard his
podcast
voice
down.
and had a little tear.
Yeah. Now that I've brought the show to a screeching halt. Corny also suffers from textbook women's hysteria. Logan.
The Queen of Hearts has the big ass head. I mean, like all of it, just everything. Her head, it's just.
It is a big head. Speaking of big heads, Sam, can I please have more sailing in the movie? Vector.
Oh, absolutely. And just so you know, Sean, I keep a stocks in my house here just for you. So just a personal stocks.
Yeah, stocks. I thought you meant like the stock market, but no.
Bonds.
Yeah,
No.
that's stocks and bonds. But you mean like the thing where you put your head and your arms through, and you stay there, and then somebody else is going to come by and throw fruits and vegetables.
Or cut off your head. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a guillotine just to cut off my head. I mean, stocks is for torture and for public humiliation, and
which would be good, you know.
And I always wondered, like, they live in a time of food shortages and peril, but please, let's throw good fruit and vegetables at me, or not me, but at
they
people.
were bad fruits and vegetables. They had turned.
Oh, they had turned, so they were rotten. Like,
yeah.
Hey, Ma, what do you want to do with these bad tomatoes? I don't know. We'll take them to town. Maybe there's somebody we can throw them at. Gotcha. Okay.
Shame.
There you go.
Shame. Sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Anyway, none of that
Sean
is in
get
this.
Game of Thrones references.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, the Walk of Shame. Got it. Yep. I'm with you. I saw that.
Walk of Shame.
I did watch the Walk of Shame only because someone posted it on Facebook or something and was like talking about how awesome it was and like how hard it was to film and all that stuff.
Did you watch an edited version on Facebook?
No, it was like the link to the actual whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they showed.
Wait, there's a movie called Walk of Shame?
No, it's in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Cersei Lannister has to do a Walk
There's a
of
movie
Shame.
called Shame.
There is a movie. It's funny. I thought when you were saying shame, I thought you were saying Shane. I'm like
Shane.
like the old
I think
Western.
there's a movie called Shane, too.
There is. It's an old Western. That's what I was really confused. I'm like, how are we conflating? Anyway, this is 2016's. The whole podcast digressed. 2016's Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Woo, woo.
This is one of those movies that ends on our list because somebody was like, hey, this looks interesting. We should put it on the list. And
we instantly regret it.
yeah, maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Don't think I'll ever know.
Sorry, 3 people started talking at one time. What?
Which one?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Andrew, if you'll give us the read, sir.
Alice returns to the whimsical world of Wonderland and travels back in time to help the Mad Hatter. Yeah, so that didn't tell us very much.
Oh.
No.
No, that really is it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thanks, IMDb, for keeping it short, I guess. So we have that. If not concise. Yep, that's what this is. It's an Alice in Wonderland movie that barely has really any of the characters that are, I mean, I don't know. Johnny Depp doesn't seem like he's in it very much, which maybe he's good, maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Was this the first time any of us had seen it?
First time.
First time for me, yeah.
Courtney, was this the first time you saw 20 minutes of it?
When you finally are able to finish it, will it be the first time you've ever
31
watched
minutes and 46 seconds.
Okay.
You
You should
lucky duck.
at least watch the last 20 minutes. That way you know how it ends.
Yeah.
For no other reason than just to know how it ends.
I'm going to go away for 20 minutes. I'll be back, guys.
No, don't do that.
Do or do not. There is no try.
I will say this about the clip that I introed with Sacha Baron Cohen is Time.
That's why I look familiar. I really did that.
It's on your side.
Yeah. So his whole affectation, the way he talked, reminded me of Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
The whole movie.
With a mixture of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a little Arnold in there.
I can see that. But whenever Christoph talks, especially when he's trying to be like sinister and whatever, I mean, I was picturing him from Inglourious Bastards or Water for Elephants or anything like that. And I'm like, man, they sounds just like him. It's kind of funny.
Well, I thought it was very interesting that everyone was German who had anything to do with time.
You almost sounded French.
Maybe it was. I'm a little tipsy.
Oh.
Hello, a little tipsy.
Yeah, all the little automatons were kind of German accented.
I can't understand a word you're saying. You sound like you got a mouthful of peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying something else.
So, Andrew, I guess I'll let you lead off as we often do.
Okay. First time viewing of Alice Through the Looking Glass, and I didn't want to like this. I thought, this is a childish thing, and I'm not going to pay attention, and I got sucked in. Like, for the first 10 minutes, I was busy, and I tried to be busy. I tried to get my mind off of this, but I was sucked in. The story, to me, I thought was an interesting story. I thought it was not, for what the story is, not bad acted by those involved. The CGI took me out of it a little bit, which, again, it's a interdimensional sci-fi type movie, so CGI has to be involved, but I don't know, some of it was a little not well done. For instance, the manual train, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the push cart.
The push cart that Time was riding on.
Yeah.
You could tell he was standing still when they filmed that, and they just cut him out and moved him around the screen. So it was kind of, I don't know, throwback to Star Wars in the 70s. But so some of the CGI took me out, but it I don't know, it wasn't terrible. It's not something I want to go watch again right away, but if it happens to be on later, I might sit and watch some of it. I don't know. I will say this. I found it more interesting than the first Alice in Wonderland. Really? And maybe because I knew the story of the first one and knew what to expect, and I didn't know this one, so I was kind of curious. But I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Corny, I guess give us what you could tell us about it.
I'll tell you what I think. I'm more upset at Alice's approach to things in general. I don't get what I want, so I jeopardize eternity. I'm not okay with that. Like, most adventurous things, they take the thing and then they go on an adventure. It's fine, but the thing is okay to take on an adventure. I get the idea that stealing the chronosphere could have killed everyone, like legitimately could have killed everyone. And the reason why this makes me so upset is because I see this now more and more often, that the ends, you try to use the quote, the ends justify the means, but you're just being an ass at this point in time. Just find another way. You don't have to do this. And I watch other kids do, well, I took the thing because I needed it. And like, that's still stealing. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm being so overly parenty about this, but I actually was really worried about the fact that it seems that this chronosphere is the thing that all time is based off around here, and she's just willing to kill everybody.
Well, not here. It only affected Wonderland. So, like, normal world
Wonderland,
would have been, normal world would have been fine, but
it seems very short-sighted and selfish, to be honest with you.
Well,
I agree. I think he's onto something.
Well, and then not just that, but like you're also right in it. But the whole movie, the whole universe, their whole world boils down to the fact that Anne Hathaway stole a tart and didn't tell the truth. That's what the whole thing boils down to.
Again, another selfish move that almost destroyed the universe.
Yeah, like
this whole damn thing is a bunch of spoiled ass kids.
Right. And just
But I think we can all relate to that in a sense. I mean, we've, as children at least, I think we all did something like that.
Well,
nope, not my household.
I mean, nope. I have a younger brother, and 90% of the trouble that he got into was because of me. So,
by the way, Andrew, your camera just got really dark, and it was freaking me out because literally all I could see was like the outline of your headphones. It was actually pretty creepy. Well, I'm an only child, so that didn't happen to me, but it still seemed like all of the world.
That is the reason he is the way he is.
Well, yeah, and all of the, all of the world's troubles boils down to a tart and some crumbs, and Anne Hathaway not manning up and.
Although she must have had a stroke at some point in her childhood to
all the hand movements.
end up being the way she is later on in life.
I don't understand Tim Burton's reasoning for that, because that was never in any book or cartoon. It's just weird. And then when they showed her like exploring the vegetable castle that was the Queen of Hearts' new lair, like she was like CGI floating. It was really weird and kind of unnerving. Like when the Princess Peach walks in Mario 2, like just kind of glides. It was weird. Anyway,
my favorite was her hand motions, though.
I mean, it was funny.
Yeah, it was like she was directing some band that.
Right.
I don't quite know what to do with my hands.
You think that's how it started? She's like, "What should I do? With just be regal and just have my hands up in the air?" I mean, like. I don't know. It's funny. But it was also weird how she was like starkly white, except around her eyes, where it was like she had rubbed the makeup off when she was like sleepy. Like she rubbed her eyes, and
that's a Tim Burton thing, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's weird. I mean, I like me some Tim Burton, but that was weird. But this also wasn't a Tim Burton film, but I guess James Bobbin had to adhere to what Tim Burton had done.
Take over,
yeah. Sam. Were you done, Corny?
Oh, yeah, I'm hella done.
I think he's muted. Anyway,
can you not hear me?
Oh, he is.
Well, no, yeah, we heard you.
For some reason, it sounded like I heard him.
It literally sounded like when you said, "That's all I got to say." It sounded like you hung up.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, this is the first time watching this movie, and for some reason, I thought this was a Tim Burton movie, so my whole spiel here is going to be different, because I appreciate Tim Burton. I like some of the stuff he's done, and he did the first Alice, right?
He did.
Yeah. I think he is a master at visuals, and it has a harder time telling a cohesive story. Whoever this new guy is,
I would argue
took
that point, but okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. This new guy, there was some interesting things to look at. I mean, it was a very pretty film, and I enjoyed that, but I found it clunky. I found it childish. Is it supposed to be aimed at young people?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It certainly wasn't aimed at me. I got bored. I did not like this movie at all. I thought
it's rated PG, so it's probably
yeah, and maybe that's why. Maybe my kids would like it better than I do, but it just seemed stupid. It reminded me of Tim Burton made the original Batman. It was awesome. And then each subsequent Batman film got worse and worse and worse until we got Nolan. It reminded me of like the last pre-Nolan Batman.
Oh,
in terms of just kookiness, and it just I did not like it.
Yeah, I can't go with.
I
it
didn't
there.
like.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Not on board with me there, but
yeah, I didn't like the direction. I didn't like the acting. I thought it was forced. I thought the story itself was not anything unique. And it was, maybe I was expecting more because it was an Alice in Wonderland type of story. But it was not interesting to me.
It wasn't druggy enough, is what you're saying.
I guess. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was literally painful to finish the last. I looked at the time at one point and I was like, oh God, there's 30 minutes left in this thing.
And it's not even that long a movie. It's only like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I should start off with saying, yeah, this is the first and probably only time I'll watch this movie. I didn't ever like the Alice in Wonderland cartoon. I didn't like it. It freaked me out. The Anselm was weird and druggy. The cat used to just infuriate me because it was not helpful and it was kind of scary. So like, I never liked the cartoon. I probably only watched the cartoon a couple times, and then my parents were like, "You want to watch this?" I'm like, "No, let's watch something happy." Like, did you say like Bambi?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Oh, Peter Pan. Actually, yeah, Peter Pan. It was fun. There's a lot of
favorite, yeah.
I didn't watch.
Yeah.
What cartoon? Little Mermaid. I watched a lot as a kid. I'm trying to think of some other ones I watched a lot. The Rescuers Down Under.
The Rescuers.
Yeah, that's funny. We both said Rescuers.
God, you're old.
The Fievel movies. Fievel Goes West. The two Fievel movies. So I mean, anyway, my point is,
First one was utterly destroyingly depressing.
The very first one is just creepy and weird and frustrating, and like the Mad Hatter scene used to piss me off because it's like they ruined that poor rabbit's watch. That was so mean of them.
Yeah.
Like they're just destructive and they're chaos. They're what's the neutral chaos? Corny, wasn't it the phrase?
What?
Like in your comic book series, isn't it like neutral chaos is not a thing? I can't remember how the breakdown is, but like the Mad Hatter and the hair.
Well, you got lawful, neutral, and unlawful.
So yeah, so they would be neutral chaos or chaos neutral would be like the Mad Hatter.
Neutral, is that the
chaotic neutral? Yeah. So that's like the Mad Hatter and the March Hare, which by the way I couldn't understand anything the March Hare said in this movie at all.
You mean Wilford Brimley?
Is that who that was? That's not who that was. Who was the March Hare? I should look. I don't know. So the first Alice in Wonderland, the first remake, I kind of liked. I thought it was actually kind of interesting and pretty, and I liked the fact that they it wasn't until like the very end before Alice realized that this was real, and the Jabberwocky was kind of cool, and I liked Johnny Depp when he turned kind of serious and whatever, and so anyway, though there was some kind of weird eye gore fetish in that movie. That was really strange. Because like 3 people lost their eye in that movie. It's very weird. Anyway,
it's like the opposite of Tarantino,
Yeah.
I just got what you said with eye gore. I thought
you're like, yes, master.
Don't eat my hump, master.
Yeah, I could fix that hump.
One hump.
One hump.
And speaking of which, that is on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. It's on the list.
Yeah.
It's on our list.
I'm excited about it. That might be a good Halloween.
If it stays through Halloween, I don't know if it'll stay through Halloween. Because you know how Netflix pulls like good Halloween movies before Halloween?
Yeah.
True.
Maybe we should do our Halloween movie tribute like in September.
I'm with you there. Seriously.
That might actually have to be something. Because again, we had to wait until September to do The Exorcist. Because they pulled it the last 2 Octobers. Weird. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know.
Igor.
Yeah, there was a lot of Igor. E-Y-E gore in the first one. So I liked the first one all right. I thought it was kind of pretty, and I liked the visuals. I think actually Danny Elfman. I think Tim Burton can actually tell a really good story. If you ever have doubt of that, go watch Big Fish. It's one of the greatest movies that he's ever made.
Also a good band.
Yeah, I mean that's a great movie. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas is a good movie. Though he didn't direct it, but he wrote it. There's a lot of movies.
I think Tim Burton with some people not controlling him, but holding back maybe a little bit his weirdness makes a good movie.
Well, I don't. But anyway, I mean, I think Corpse Bride is really good. Nightmare, I think, is really great. I mean, he's done so many really, really good movies that I think...
like Planet of the Apes.
That's a terrible film. Admittedly, that's a bad movie. But I mean, even Spielberg did War of the Worlds, and that's a terrible movie. So I mean,
I like War of the Worlds.
You're an idiot for liking that movie, and I will call you out on it. There is nothing good to like about that movie.
There's Tom Cruise running.
Yeah, that's
the farmhouse scene
is terrible.
This crazy guy is awesome.
Tim Robbins, it was boring and pointless.
Right. It's some cool stuff in there.
It's a terrible movie. He is doing the live action version of Dumbo, which will be interesting.
Lord, he's a producer on like a ton of things.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff. I mean, Dark Shadows I haven't seen, but I heard was terrible.
Yes.
But Sweeney Todd, I think we'll find out real soon how we like Sweeney Todd, but I think that holds up. I liked the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake. I thought it was weird and funny. And actually, I'd buy it to the book way more than the weird getting its head cut off scene from the first one.
But the first one I grew up with and love, and I'll watch it any day over the new one.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I mean,
and the music is so much better than the old one.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I have a fondness for the old one too. I love Gene Wilder. I think he's great. But I'm saying that the new one's not bad. I think the new one's fine. Big Fish is great. No, Johnny Depp is annoying in it. And like when it was a friend of mine or something, they watched it with their kid and they're like, "Why is that woman acting so strange?" And like, that's Johnny Depp. So
he's creepy, and he's creepy in a lot of things, but.
Well, yeah, but so is Gene Wilder. I mean, Gene Wilder is really creepy in that movie.
But he's less creepy and more just crazy, though.
Well, yeah, you're right. He is more...
I would trust my kid with Gene Wilder.
I wouldn't trust my kid with either one of them.
I wouldn't trust one of them. But
either one of them, no. Not those
if you had to make a choice.
If you had to make a choice, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would actually go with Johnny Depp's version. Because like... He might just be weird, but he doesn't seem unhinged like Gene Wilder was, because he would just randomly scream. And did you guys ever notice that every vehicle was made only to fit the people that were there? Like he knew at each station they were going to lose a kid and a parent. Yeah. That's so weird. Anyway, my point is, I didn't like this movie at all.
You're the worst babysitter I've ever met. Oh, you've heard of me.
Yeah, at least you've heard of me. Thank you. Oh, nice callback to 140 episodes ago. I only know that because I had to look it up earlier. No, I didn't particularly like this movie. I was kind of bored at some parts. I mean, there were some moments of good, surrounded by a whole lot of moments of...
Even the music in this it felt like a TV movie, but
Well,
with like a gigantic CGI budget.
Well, yeah, the $170 million budget. I mean, it was still Danny Elfman, but
It wasn't him at his best.
No, I mean, and frankly, maybe because he's not working directly with Tim Burton, maybe because he was watching it going, okay, well, we'll just do a lot of the same, same themes again, which I like. I like the score, but you already heard it in the first movie, so. And it populates my Pandora account all the time. My gosh.
Oh God, yes.
Is that legal?
I hope so.
You know what? I thought of something.
What?
All right, cool. All right. Saw a cat once.
Are you done? No, really, was that it?
Nice.
Did you forget?
Like an airplane pilot.
I literally forgot. Yeah, it was gonna
And
be.
we're cruising at 30,000 feet, and we hope that you enjoy your in-flight meal.
And
Like
if
that's
you're
pretty
flying-
important to know where you are.
who's the one? Delta? Is that the one having all the issues? Who's the one having all the issues? And
Which one was it?
I can't remember.
No,
Not United.
American Airlines.
American.
No,
Is it American?
United?
no, United. It's United.
Is
It's
United?
Yeah.
Thank you for flying United. If you haven't been dragged off the plane yet, good job. My buddy Stuart, who's been on the podcast before, he flew to Alaska to do a gig a month or so ago, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, man,
In Alaska? Wow.
yeah." And I said, "Hey,
Sweet.
if a marshal comes and tells you to get out of your seat, get out of your seat." And he says, "Shoot, no, I'm going to make the biggest scene I can think of. I'm going to retire at 45. I'm like, "Good job, sir." Anyway, Alice Through the Looking Glass. So this movie does the thing where we've talked about it before with time, and I can't remember if Chad was back on the show, may he rest in peace, or not. Where we had a movie that dealt with time, and I can't remember what the movie was.
Oh, what movie was it? We always have these discussions on these time
Yeah, we
travel
do.
movies, though.
Yeah.
We dealt with it in Interstellar.
No, that wasn't the issue. That
And we
one.
dealt with it in. I'm trying to think. There was several movies.
Oh, it was Interstellar. You're right. It was
it?
Interstellar. Yeah, and because
Oh, that amazing film.
my
it's a great
issue with that 3/4 of a good movie is that it's the whole Doc Brown goes back into the past to give himself the flux capacitor so he can make the time machine concept. And they do that in this movie, that in order for all of the events to happen into the future, Alice has to go back into the past to cause them. So, fine.
No, maybe that's just one of the things that are going to happen anyway.
Let me know.
No, I believe she was changing because she hit the original story was the crazy hurt lady, big head,
Yeah,
hit her head on the clock, right?
which she did.
And
No,
And
she
Alice hit
hit,
her head.
she hit her head.
It meant that
She hit her
time
head
is elastic.
well, no, she hit her head at the stroke of noon or 6 or something.
6, yeah.
So Alice thought she was going to hit her head on the clock, missed the clock, but because she dove and hit that poor frog, then young Queen of Heart girl saw it, looked at it, tripped, and then hit her head. So it literally all started because Alice went back in time and kick-started everything. So the time.
Well, I was bored.
So time even says you can't change the past. He says it in the movie. You can't
which
change
means
the
that,
past.
That happened whether Alice went back or not.
Well, to me, it says you've already done this. It's already happened.
I can't. No, I think actually.
So
I'm
what
with
you're
you on this one? I think.
so regardless of
I
what she
think
was,
it happens anyway.
regardless of what she does.
These events will happen whether you go back and try to change them or not. If she moves the frog out of the way and then is fast enough to stop her from hitting the statue, they'll stand up and someone will throw a baseball bat. Like something is going to happen.
Something is going to
She's
happen.
going to get hit in the
Yeah,
head with a
yeah,
bat.
somehow.
That would be kind of funny. An errant bat flies in.
Sorry,
All right.
I can't remember what movie was it that you could try to change time, but it was like a rubber band. It always snapped
Butterfly
back.
Final Destination.
Was that what it was?
It's a butterfly. I haven't seen the butterfly effect. I don't remember.
Yeah. But I like that version where, events will always happen. They just might happen a little differently.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't, again, I don't, I didn't interpret it that way, but you guys did, and it's 3 against 1, which is okay.
Take that, Sean.
Hey, that's fine.
Never tell me the odds, Sean.
That's because I'm bad at math. But I didn't really have a problem with any of it. I really kind of liked the idea, though, as time as an ocean. That kind of visual I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. And riding through the waves is going through some of the memories.
Right, yeah, you're going through these points in time, and it's volatile and kind of changing. So I thought that was just...
Sometimes I like to have cake by the ocean.
Sure.
I keep on hoping.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
I don't remember how it goes, so I don't know
the song well enough, but I was trying to think of any other pun I can do. But you guys are usually the king of puns. I'm bad at those. Or I used to be. I used to be really good at puns, and then I don't know what happened. I just stopped.
You lost your soul.
I did, or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Stop being punny.
I guess. All of the punishment was just too much to bear. I do have a really good pun joke, but I'm not going to do it on the air because it takes too long, and I think we would actually lose listeners if I said it, so I won't do that. Nice. Our precious few, our band of brothers, we must.
I was going to say, how many more can we lose?
My precious.
No, we got our friends still. We have a few. That again, they're just phones are on auto subscribe.
I'm going to throw a shout out to Jen. We haven't heard from her in a while.
Yeah,
that is true.
I hope she's still listening. I did get
AOL Jeff as well.
Oh yeah. Does he?
Haven't heard from those guys in a while.
He was friends with Chad, so I wonder if he's stopped listening because Chad's not on the show anymore.
Yeah,
it could be. Yeah.
Well, I had a talk with him at the funeral, and he was pretty devastated.
I actually did.
Chad was buried with his middle finger up in the ear, directly pointed at AOL Jeff. It's kind of hard to come back from that.
Yeah, that's fair. I actually did get butt dialed today by listener Alan, who nice. Andrew says, hang in there, being that you're like the only DC fan that's on the show. So,
I'm not faltering.
No, I know. You know.
Yeah.
Good. So anyway, so I haven't even touched my script yet, which this movie actually goes against my normal rules that if I read a lot of notes, I didn't like the movie. I wrote like 7 notes. In full fairness, I was in a really bad mood last night. I was really not feeling well, and my head hurt. And I only wrote down 3 clips to pull, and while pulling those 3, I remembered all these kind of other moments that I wanted to capture. So I have more than 3 clips, but I just didn't take a whole lot of notes just because I was tired. But my first note was this. I don't care how awesome she is or how progressive her father was. No woman in the history of English naval anything would ever be a captain, a boat captain.
Yes, especially at that age.
Never happen. Yeah, no, especially not at that age.
And is it bad, Sean, that might have been the first thing to take me out of this movie? Is that scene in the very beginning, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Only because I know a decent amount of history. Mm-hmm. And not that I'm sexist. Please don't assume that.
Oh, no. I mean, that's just...
Please send your hate mail to...
no, I mean, that's the way it was. I mean, like, okay, if we want to have that conversation real quick, we can. I love the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I think it's hysterical and funny and great. But of all of the things in that movie that are as ridiculous as are, the one thing that would never happen is Anthony Mackie, being an African-American, working in the White House as an equal to other white men. In 1864, would not have happened. It wouldn't have. That's what took that movie out of the movie for me.
And it wasn't the vampire hunting.
It wasn't the vampires.
It was just...
I think, though, that we have to keep this in perspective, that it's fantasy, and...
But she's in the real world.
Real life, even the real world, real life Alice, this is still a fantasy.
True. But it doesn't make it any easier to stomach.
No. And it
Who's
doesn't.
the real person, the Batman or Bruce Wayne?
Yeah. But not only that,
Ooh.
climbing around a monkey
Your microphone sounded really
skills
weird
that
all of a
she's
sudden.
apparently, possesses. And I just didn't buy it.
Well, here's the funny thing. So the fact that when she starts off, you see her on the boat and she is giving orders and they call her captain. I immediately was like, nope, not a thing. Wouldn't have happened. Here's the second thing that took me out of the movie, and we're not even 2 minutes in, is the ships chasing her were the Chinese. They were obviously Chinese sailing ships. And they had guns in the front. They were shooting her from the front, like there were splashes, like they didn't. I'm literally Googling things now. I've never seen a sailing ship. I have safe search on. It's fine. I've never seen a sailing ship with forward-facing guns. Like they were always on the side.
Well, that's when we shoot a few lost boys out of the long tom.
Thank you, Shmi. I'm tired of killing lost boys and Indians. I've been doing it all my life. I can't do Captain Hook. What would the world be like without Captain Hook? See, I like Hook. It's a bad movie, but I like that movie too. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. I actually still like that part though. The whole sailing part. I thought it was.
Why?
Because
it
I
makes
like.
No sense. He tips the ship over to get through the shoals.
Yeah, I know. Again, none of it made any sense, but I wanted more of it than what I ended up getting in the movie. So it's fine. And I was just looking at James Bobbin. He had, obviously several moments of water there with the sailing ship, and then of course Time Was an Ocean. I thought, well, maybe he's like all of his other movies and stuff are naval themed. Nope. Flight of the Conchords, the Ollie G Show. He did the Muppets movie, the new one in 2011, and he is announced to direct the MIB 23 movie, whatever that is. I mean, I know what MIB is.
Men in Black.
Men in Black. But it's starring Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. Oh, that's right. They're doing a 22 Jump Street Men in Black crossover movie. I do remember them saying that.
All right, I'm out. I can't do this.
Is this for real?
Yeah, that's for real. I remember them making that announcement a few.
That's awesome.
Also known as 23 Jump Street / Men in Black crossover. I can't talk. Crossover.
I'm so confused about life right now.
Yep. I don't know what to tell you, pal. Sorry. Anyway. But no, he didn't do any water stuff. But that's fine.
He does on a waterbed, though.
He does own a waterbed. That might be true. Why is Humpty Dumpty always an egg? Never understood that. Never said that he's an egg, but for some reason he's always portrayed as an egg.
Wait, are we sure he's an egg and not just a porcelain orb?
That's shaped egg-like.
Yeah.
And he
was
makes
empty. An egg would have something in it.
Well, in those weird TurboTax commercials, or whatever, he's in the hospital oozing yolk, which was kind of gross.
That's not a funny yolk.
Yeah. I like eggs.
I guess he had egg on his face.
Yeah, he sure wasn't yoking around. Oh,
there you go.
I gotta get the rust off, huh?
Andrew actually got before you did.
Oh, did he actually say?
Yeah, he did the yoke thing.
We were talking.
Oh. Well, I didn't hear it.
Okay,
So
it's what we do.
I guess it just boils down to being faster.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a good thing.
I'm not chicken enough to do this. I can do this all day.
I was waiting for more. I stopped.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Humpty Dumpty actually did come first, though.
That sounds like a personal problem. Sorry.
Well,
Once again,
with
with the penis jokes. I know the Hatter's eyes are CG, but they were really bothering me this movie for some reason. I don't know why.
They're so giant. Yeah, especially the Kid Hatter.
I think they were supposed to make you a little uncomfortable, which I liked.
Yeah, I knew they did it in the first movie, and it didn't bother me in the first movie. For some reason, it was like the whatever
the Spider-Man eyes.
Well, no, it was like whatever the technology was what they were using to create. Like it wasn't completely matching. So like there were moments where it looked like his eyes were floating around just a little bit, like when his head wasn't moving. That's what I mean. Obviously, when
I was okay with that though.
it was gross. It grossed me out.
It was creepy, and I liked it.
Yeah. The next note I wrote was Sacha Cohen as Time is pretty good casting because he actually is crazy. And then I wrote, the time jokes are worthy of CSR.
Yes, they are.
I could totally see us at that table making those exact jokes.
Oh, we would. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I captured that scene, too. It's actually one of my favorite moments of the movie.
It reminded me of the movie Eight Heads in the Duffel Bag. And
Yes.
the guy, the roommate who has to cut all the heads off is in the back of the van, like now with mental issues, and he's just making all these head jokes.
I've not seen that movie.
Oh, it's a great Joe Pesci film.
Oh, good.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, good. We got there organically.
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah.
I always like that.
What was it he was bringing
On the
home?
whole situation that we
What was he bringing home, Andrew? I can never remember. It was originally in the duffel bag.
the bacon.
No, it was like a journal or a
Something. Yeah.
novel that he was writing or something like that.
Yeah.
A bowling ball. Charging into an enemy castle and no one brought a weapon. That was real dumb.
Well, Anne Hathaway had her
Arms.
palsy or whatever she
Creepy
had.
hands.
Yeah, that's all she had. She had her hands. Like
Let me get that with my good hand.
even Alice, they could have given her the sword from the first movie. I mean, gosh. Anyway, that's all. That's literally all the notes I wrote. I mean, that's it.
And that's strange because usually when you don't like a movie, you.
Oh yeah, I just write and write and write.
You write
Again,
a
I just
ton,
I
yeah.
wasn't in a good mood. I just wasn't feeling well. I actually took yesterday off from work because I woke up with this incredible headache, and I eat breakfast, and then my wife said, "Why don't you just lay down on the couch for a little bit, and then wake up, and then go to work?" I'm like, "All right, that sounds good." Figuring I'd sleep for like 30 minutes, I slept for 5 hours.
Good Lord, dude.
Like I woke up, it was like 1:30, and I looked over at Sarah, and I was like, "What time is it?" It's 1:30. And I said, "My gosh, have you already fed the kids?" And she said, "Yeah, we had lunch, and Daphne's taking her nap." So apparently, I needed the sleep. So, and then I still wasn't in a good mood when I watched this. I was still groggy and gross. So I apologize if that is rubbing off on this episode, but.
Well, I will say that my oldest son, who's 7, and both my kids have seen this before, and we own it. My wife bought it, and they had seen it before. But I was watching it today on my iPad with my headphones, and I just happened. I mean, I guess maybe like 45 minutes into the movie, I just feel this presence over my shoulder, and my son has been sitting there watching the movie behind me the whole time.
With no sound?
With no sound at all. And he was drawn into it. And I turned the iPad away, and he said, "Turn it back. I want to watch this." And I was like, "Well, you can't hear it." And he said, "Yeah, that's okay."
Well, see, that's okay. I can understand
pretty.
that because the movie is beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous. The set designs, the costumes is amazing. It's when you start adding voices and dialogue that I got.
So Andrew made the point. You said that you thought the acting was pretty good. I thought that Sacha Baron Cohen was good. I liked everything that he did. I liked Helena Bonham Carter. I think is good because all she does is yell and whimper, but she is like really good. I know her head is 6 times the normal size, But like,
somebody must
facial
put her on the
yeah, she's got
the
really great facial expressions.
Cheapseat Review website.
Yeah, exactly. She's got good facial expressions and she emotes really well. I thought Anne Hathaway was barely in it and was whatever. I thought the main character, I thought she was bad. I just didn't think she was very good. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just her delivery. I don't know. I didn't think she was very good.
Well, I'll give you that. Out of all the actors in the movie, I feel like she delivered them the least.
She did. I think you're right. I
didn't have a problem with her, but I still think she was the weakest.
Yeah, no, I knew I wasn't. Again, I didn't even write a note about it, but like, yeah, she was fine. She was serviceable. It was fine. I thought she did better in the first one. Maybe a better director. I will say this. This always gets me in movies. I always get emotional about this in movies whenever someone kind of makes the sacrifice play. And so like when they're all the little Wonderlings are in the middle of the clock tower.
The seconds?
And no, the like Tweedledee and Tweedledum and the mouse and Bernard the dog, they're all there, and then as time is about to kill them, not time, but as the absence of time is about to kill them, the dog the rust is about to get them. The dog like herds them together and then growls and gets in front like he's going to protect them, and that always gets me just a little bit in the heart. Like
it would have been better if he said, "We are Groot."
Right. Yeah. But like we are Groot. Like that's that moment. He's making the sacrifice play to save his friends, or I am not a gun, or you stay, no following from Iron Giant. And I always go back to that one because that one gets me the most emotional. I am not a gun. I am Superman, or whatever he says. Like, oh my God, it's just a sacrifice play. Anyway, that always gets me. So I say good job to the dog. That's Timothy Spall in that. As per usual with a Tim Burton film, 2/3 of the movie cast is from Harry Potter. We did have a Marvel connection. Corny, you probably didn't see it because you probably didn't get that far into the movie. But we did have I had a Marvel connection. If anyone else wants to guess, by all means.
Tom Holland.
No, he is not in this. But you're in the right hero world.
Yeah.
He's a Spider-Man villain.
Anne Hathaway.
Not a Spider-Man.
Joe Pesci.
Anne Hathaway was in Batman. No, it's Reese Ifans. He played the lizard guy in the first Amazing
Reese
Spider-Man.
Fiennes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Though Sam, you'll find this funny. So just getting it warmed up. So Sarah and I are watching.
That's your best penguin impression.
Why are you laughing? This is how I cry.
I'm not.
So Sarah and I are watching, and there's that guy that's kind of piddling around, helping out the douchebag. What's his name? Hamish and his family. And whenever Alice would say something funny, he would snicker in the background. You know what I'm talking about? The blonde-haired guy. Sarah and I are like, who is that guy? He looks so familiar. So I get on IMDb. His name is Ed Speliers. I don't know. Sorry, Ed. And I'm like,
sure you got that perfectly.
He looks so familiar. Where do I know him from? Let's see. He was in the Beowulf Return to the Shieldlands. Okay, don't know what that was. He did Downton Abbey. Okay, cool. Oh, he's Aragon from the movie Aragon. This is what his career has been reduced to.
Wow. What a horrible career choice, apparently.
Well, that wasn't his fault. I blame everybody else. Well, it's a classic case of a movie where we're going to have this lead who's unproven, so we're going to put a bunch of good actors around him, like Jeremy Irons and
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. The witch, not the witch, the dragon lady.
And the wardrobe.
Yeah. Anyway. It just made me laugh that he was in it. So that's all I got. You guys ready for some maybe some
You got some clips?
Corny, did you say you're gonna leave?
What?
I thought Corny just said BRB.
Oh,
Could be.
I think he did.
He did
think
have
he
to use
said-
the bathroom towards
I think he said DTF
No,
early.
or GTFO. I'm not sure.
GTFO.
There's too many acronyms.
Apparently, the father, the Queen's father, was Thorin from The Hobbit.
Oh,
Well, that's kind of cool. Little thingy there. All right. Anyway, he was also in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as Naboo fighter pilot. Cool.
Ooh.
Good for him. Clip times. Clip number 1.
The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. Set a course for London, Harper.
I like how you got the second part in there because it makes it sound like it's impossible to get to London.
Right. I thought that was kind of bad. All right, fine. Number 2. This line reminded me of you, Sam. Just gonna be real honest with you. Here you go.
oh, really? Okay.
I do wish you'd have worn that yellow dress.
If it's good enough for the Dowager Empress of China, then it's good what the ascot.
Must you always be so headstrong?
No, it's just more fun that way.
There you go. 100%.
What are you trying to say, Sean?
100%. If all I'm saying is, if you just would have worn the dress, none of this would have happened. That's what I'm saying.
No. The Dowager so-and-so from China likes it.
It's just like what she said. The Dowager. I don't know what she said. Number 3. Oh, I captured this only because Alan Rickman is wonderful. So here you go. Here's 20 seconds of Alan Rickman.
You've been gone too long, Alice. And he will be gone before long.
Who will be gone? What has happened?
All will become clear in the fullness of time. For now, hurry. Oh, and do mind your step.
Oh, man.
And this was his last film?
Yeah. He technically did have. He was in another movie that aired posthumously with him in it. But this was basically his last main role. And when I captured that clip, and of course it made me a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgia for something. So I went back and looked for this moment.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
There you go. Yeah, and then my wife yelled at me last night for the fact that we did not do an Alan Rickman tribute movie for the show.
Did we not?
No,
It's
we
never
didn't.
too late for Alan Rickman.
So I mean, maybe we still can. I thought the Galaxy Quest movie was, in fact, but we did that movie like 5 weeks before, or 5 or 6 weeks before he passed away.
Yeah.
So maybe we said, "Oh, that's it," but I don't remember. Anyway, back to Alice. This part made me laugh.
How is my invincible machine?
Well, it's
Silence. You will speak when you are spoken to.
He was spoken to.
Nonsense. The machine, Wilkins. How is it?
I kind of like that. Just kind of funny.
Wincible.
And then,
My invincible machine is wincible.
and then, because of that scene, I didn't capture it in that moment, but because of that, I now have from now on because that's what because he doesn't know what to answer, so he just so I'm going to keep that forever. So there you go. That will wait, where'd it go? I just lost it. Damn it. That'll go next to There you go. So my 2 moments in CSR history. There it is. I'm gonna find it.
Very nice.
Yep. What did I say? Number 5. Oh, I love this part.
Which idiot labeled that?
You did, my lord.
Thank you for admitting your mistake.
I also like that. Oh, here we go. Here's the jokes. You got jokes? These are the jokes that we got.
Is it true that you heal all wounds? Time is on my side. Why is that you wait for no man?
I just can't find the time. Cheshire, where have you been? You're late.
Actually, I'm right on time.
What time on my head? 2. You silly nitwits.
I liked it a lot. And here's a little, what's his name? Gosh, my brain. Not Mad Eye Moody. What's his name? Damn it. It begins with an M. Moriarty. Here's some Moriarty.
Let's see. Excitable, emotional, prone to fantasy. Textbook case of female hysteria. Untreatable, some say. I beg to differ.
See, Andrew, that's the problem. If the movie's going to go as far as to say something like that, then there's no way she could be a ship captain.
Well,
in a world
I guess I
where,
can see where you're coming from.
A woman's hysteria is a disease that must be cured, then...
Yep.
Then
Are you reading a Trump quote? Trump tweet?
No, but it wouldn't be that far off, would it?
No.
And then my last one was this.
It is said that time is a friend to no man. But I will remember you always. Please, do not come back.
See, I loved that moment. I thought it was great.
Okay. Although I do say I did get a chuckle when he was walking through the corridor when you first see time, and he hits the ceiling or something like that.
The door frame.
Yeah. The door frame is shaped just like him.
Yeah, and he says, "Curse you, door frame that's shaped just like me," or something like that. Yeah. No, his moments were all really good. I liked pretty much any time he was on camera. I liked him because I thought he was fun.
Can I tell you the moment that bothered me the most in the movie?
Please.
Sure.
What bothered me, and this is not really in the movie, but what bothered me the absolute most was the credits. I don't know if you watched any of it, but as soon as the movie's over,
I didn't.
We have Danny Elfman through the whole movie, and then we get some pop song.
I did remember that, and I turned it off because that actually annoyed me.
Yeah, it was annoying. I don't know what it was. It was something I don't even remember now, but something on top 40 charts now. But
I do remember that.
It took me out of everything. It was almost like, okay, we didn't pay Danny enough to write an ending credit piece, so we're just going to throw this trash in here.
Just Like Fire by Pink. That's what it was.
Yeah, by Pink. That's what it was. Yeah.
It's a good song, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Like, the whole movie has been about time and water, and you're going to put a song called Just Like Fire. That makes no sense.
When movies use a pop star and they have a song, usually that song is, I don't know, used as a promotional thing. I don't remember this being used as a promotion. When Seal sang A Kiss by the Rose or whatever.
Yeah, everyone knew that was from that Batman.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah, everybody relates that to Batman, but and it was used in the ending credits of Batman, and that's fine.
Right.
But this one made no sense at all. It just completely took me out of everything.
And the real big reason for that, or the big issue I also take with it, is that you are putting music into a time where it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me a fife.
Yeah, just play the overture. Just keep playing.
Like Barney.
Just give me more of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, just got kicked off YouTube. But just give me more of that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I love the ending score to Pirates of the Caribbean, the third one at World's End, because we're going to get 11 minutes of this wonderful Hans Zimmer music, and that's what I want. I love that at the end of the Star Trek movie, the reboot, we got 11 and a half minutes of Michael Giacchino. So, or I'm not saying it right. Michael.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Oh, well, that's the way I say it. I heard it recently, and I've been saying it wrong. Giacchino. It's Giacchino. That's what it is. He was on NPR's Wait, Don't Tell Me not that long ago, and it was really interesting.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, it was really cool because remember a friend of ours on Facebook said that they watched. Was it a friend of ours? No, it wasn't a friend of y'all's. Corny, did you ever meet? No, you didn't. Never mind. Sorry. It was a guy that I worked with at Carowinds, but it was after Corny. You had left. Anyway, he complained that he didn't like Rogue One, and he says you can definitely tell that John Williams didn't score it because Giacchino did. But he, in his interview, admitted, he said, "Yeah, I had 5 weeks to write that score." He wasn't the original score artist for that movie. Wow. And the original score was so panned by Disney and the execs. They're like, we can't use this. This is not good. And so they gave it to him. The movie was already. This is when they were doing reshoots, and they edited. They had to do so much stuff that after they had already done all this reshoots, they had already aired that trailer that had phrases like, "We're rebels, right? Let's rebel." Like, not in the movie. Like all those other things that weren't in the movie. Which, by the way, is streaming. So maybe we could do Rogue One. So,
yeah, I'd say we'd do it.
It would be interesting to do. But anyway, I love Giacchino. I think he's great. And
I think he's a hack.
I will punch you, and I don't know. I can't remember if you're bald right now or not.
But John Williams, obviously.
He's an up and comer.
Yeah,
he's going to be
definitely.
Well, he's doing. He did a Star Wars movie. He's done 3 Star Trek movies. He's done most of the Pixar world. He won an Oscar for Up. He should have won an Oscar for The Incredibles.
Mm-hmm. All that stuff's just tremendous.
So good. And I'm super biased, but I think he should have been nominated for Star Trek because I love that Star Trek theme. I think it's wonderful.
I do too.
So, heck, he could have been nominated for Rogue One. I thought that score was good. Yeah, it's not John Williams, but it's also not a George Lucas film. So, anyway. Soapbox done.
You digress.
Yeah, I'm done on my soapbox. There are very few people in Hollywood I want to meet and shake their hand. He's one of them. Like, very few in Hollywood that I actually want to meet and talk to. Like, I kind of want to shake the hands of Joss Whedon one day. And just chat with him and not try not to fanboy all over him. But,
You call it what you want to, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to certainly go up and say, "Hey, when are you going to make Firefly 2?" I know that's not going to be a thing, but hey, so how are you going to do Batgirl? I want to know about Batgirl. That seems kind of cool. Which I learned today through I told you a listener, Alan, called me today. He putt-towed me today, and we talked for a bit. He told me today that that the new Batman movie, the new Dawn of Justice movie, Andrew, I don't know if you've heard this or not, got $35 million worth of reshoots they're going to do that Joss Whedon's directing.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're actually it's
kind of excited about
it.
It's
kind of changing some of the film, like changing some of the tone of the movie, which is interesting. So,
well, if he's going to touch it, it will definitely help it, I'm sure.
I think so too. I'm actually kind of excited about it, the movie. So we'll see. Go ahead, Corny.
I was going to say, speaking of Joss Whedon, I don't think I mentioned this when we were talking about Wonder Woman, but or maybe I did. I can't remember. Stop me if I did. But apparently he had a Wonder Woman script. I don't know, whatever it was, but apparently it was like super sexist. It's not the fine film that we got to see, but it'd been posted on Reddit, and I thought it was very interesting. Joss Whedon of all people having a sexist kind of movie.
Interesting. No, I didn't. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that link. I'll send it to you.
All right. Yeah, I didn't, because none of that wasn't in the trivia for the movie, but that doesn't mean anything. Speaking of trivia,
and now for some more bad news. Ready?
There really wasn't a whole lot of trivia for this movie. Oh, tropes. The only trope I wrote was the fake out death. oh, we're going to kill everybody, and now we're all alive. So,
Frozen did it better.
A lot of movies do that kind of thing. Frozen did it better. Sure. Yeah, actually, I'll go with you there. But movies do this all the time. Trivia. The character of Time does not appear in either of Lewis Carroll's two Alice books, but is mentioned in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Chapter 7. The Mad Hatter tells Alice that Time was a guest at their table, quarreled with the other parties, and then cursed the tea party so that, quote, it is always tea time, and we've no time to wash the things between whiles, end quote. So that's kind of neat. One of the seconds has the head of Wall-E, which is great. Ooh. Sorry.
Oh, whoops.
Guess I need to turn those noises off. And while Alice and the Hatter are trying to return the chronosphere to its rightful place by traveling through a time vortex, the music changes briefly to match the theme from Doctor Who. So that one was only for...
It was a different time.
Chad, who is not here.
Living in a different world.
Yeah. I'm not going to play the recasting game because this movie is a year old. So just not going to. Soundtrack grade. Again, I like Danny Elfman. I just wanted kind of more of it, a little bit better of it. But that's fine. Just no more of that song. No more Pink. Get Pink out of there.
No.
I mean, and admittedly, and I'll admit this, I liked the Star Trek Beyond, the third Star Trek movie, and Sam, I know you didn't like it as much as I did, but having Rihanna sing in the ending credits was weird. And I know she wrote the song for the Star Trek movie to kind of help promote it, but it would have made more sense if Beastie Boys would have been in the intro, the credits, because at least they've played in two of the movies. And then all of a sudden there's Rihanna playing. Kind of confused, but they asked her to write a song for the Star Trek movie, so she did, and they put it in the credits. So good for her. All right, here we go.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Top 3 Johnny Depp movies. I only wrote 2. I need a third. Andrew.
Okay. I have an honorable mention of What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Okay.
And I remember watching that when I was, I guess, middle school. And it's not really a movie that a typical middle schooler would watch. But I think it was on one day on HBO or something. And I just started watching it. And, HBO, of course, plays like the same movie every other night. So I watched it 2 or 3 more times, and just really, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie, and not only did Johnny Depp do well, but Leonardo DiCaprio, I thought that was one of his better,
absolutely,
better roles. So that's honorable mention. Number 3, Edward Scissorhands. Number 2, the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Because I remember watching that with my grandparents in Florida when it came out. It was like the day it was released. And I just remember being in awe of the movie, but more importantly, the music. And Johnny Depp he made that movie, but the music made the entire experience. Anyway, number 1, Sweeney Todd.
All right. Right on. All right. Corny.
Suck it.
Okay.
I guess you want me to, actually. Okay, so...
it's up to you. It's your time.
We're going to do this together then, friends. I'm going to go with my number 3 as Platoon. I did not know he was in it, and then I saw it, but it was one of the first movies where it made me consider that people die for real. That's very sad. Number 2, I'm going to go with the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie because it was just a really good movie. And my number 1, Edward Scissorhands. For some odd reason, apparently, 14-year-old Cornelius felt like I could get behind a guy with scissor hands. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool, Sam.
All right. I've got my number 3. No one's mentioned it yet, but it's one. I thought it was a really well done movie called Rango, which is an animated movie about a
gunslinging lizard.
It's like a lizard in the desert, and it is an adult animated film. It's interesting. I've got Pirates of the Caribbean, my number 2, and I like him in all of them, even though the shtick is kind of getting a bit old in these newer ones. But Captain Jack Sparrow will be one of these legendary characters we'll remember years from now. But my number 1 has to be Edward Scissorhands. Cool story, interesting. One of the few Tim Burton movies that I feel is a complete movie. And yeah, really enjoy it. I stop and watch it.
All right.
How about you, Sean?
My turn. My honorable mention is a movie called Crybaby, which is basically it's called Crybaby. It's like the PG-13 version of Grease. It's kind of bad. It's a musical. It's dumb, but for some reason I really liked it. I don't really know why. I think because I thought that the girl in it was really hot. That's kind of it, really, honestly. Because it came out in 1990. It's not a good movie. But anyway, it's fine. Amy Locane, I think, is the girl. Yeah, anyway.
She's so nice. She's so nice. She's so nice. Locane.
Anyway, my number 3 is going to be Edward Scissorhands.
Ooh, okay.
I like the movie. Weird and creepy and interesting. Number 2 is going to be, I'm actually surprised this hasn't been mentioned, is Sleepy Hollow. The Ichabod Crane thing. I liked it. It was creepy. Again, very Tim Burton-y.
He did well in it.
I thought he did good in it. I liked it. Not to be confused with From Hell, which is very similar and came out near the same time. That's a Jack the Ripper story, which I actually like too. But I think Sleepy Hollow is a little better. And then my number 1 is actually going to be Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse the Black Pearl. I thought he was great in it, and that's the movie that we watched at Apartment 40 when the Panthers lost the Super Bowl. And I said, when the Adam Vinatieri kicked that kick, I was so mad that I literally turned the game off and put this movie on to help cheer me up because it made me so mad. And I'll never forget that. So
I left happy that night.
Of course you did, you asshole.
Jeez. I deserve that. Yes.
Yeah, you are no longer welcome in my home. I'm just teasing, but not during football season.
That's what you said about me after the 3:00 in the morning visit.
Okay, I don't remember what you're talking about.
Made me leave.
Was I
made
awake?
me leave the closet.
Get out of the closet,
never come
Sam.
back.
Anyway, that's it. That's our show. Thank you for listening.
If you throwing out one more Johnny Depp. If you haven't seen this, and I mentioned it to you guys before the podcast, but if you haven't seen Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie starring Johnny Depp, you should watch it. It's pretty funny.
All right,
it's a 50-minute little thing. Yeah, I think you can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
Okay. We'll try to find it if I can. He is doing a bunch of stuff like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 2. Spoiler. He's doing something called Sherlock Gnomes. That makes me sad.
That is awesome.
It's the Romeo and Juliet sequel.
Oh.
He's doing Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh is directing that. Interesting. Daisy Ridley is on it with him. Kenneth Branagh, Michelle Pfeiffer, Penelope Cruz, Willem Dafoe, Josh Gad, Judi Dench, Dame Judi Dench. Interesting. And he's also doing something else called, he's doing The Invisible Man, guess that's a remake. And he's also doing Labyrinth, but L-A is capitalized. Interesting.
Labyrinth, yeah.
The murder of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. spark an investigation. Oh, okay. Forrest Whitaker. Johnny Depp apparently is going to be the cop that's doing it. Anyway, interesting. This has zero to do with anything, but this is the closest transition I can get into back to my script is... Actually, I'll transition to that later. Next week, we are doing...
About top 10.
Oh, yeah, right. We got to do that. Look at that. It even says right there. Top 10.
Yeah, top 10.
Out of 10. Not top 10, but out of 10. What is our out of 10 for this movie? Andrew.
Okay. I'm going to have to give this... I'm going to go pretty close to what IMDb has. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't, the best movie in the world, but I think I probably enjoyed it from what we discussed, sounding more like I enjoyed it more than you guys did. And maybe it was because it was the first time and I had a 7-year-old hovering over my shoulder enjoying it with me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go 6.4, somewhere in there.
All right.
6.4 Humpty Dumpties. That don't get put back together.
He's so fragile. Don't put him on the edge of things.
Absolutely.
Put him in an egg carton. Okay, Corny, for what you saw.
I will say this. It was visually pretty. Lots of other colors, and I do like stories where you take a commonly known story and then give it extra life and give it another part. But I gotta say, I'm actually really upset with the whole taking the chronosphere because your buddy wouldn't get out of a stupor. I'm sorry, let him die. It's time.
It's time.
Anyway, thank you. But I'm actually going to give it.
What's happening? Is that on mine?
Find yourself in a different world.
Jeez, sorry. Freaking autoplay.
Yeah, but I'm going to give it a 6.9. It was actually, for what I watched, was pretty entertaining. I did watch the last 20 minutes while I was here, and I was like, she almost killed everyone because of her stupidity.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then they gave her a ship.
Well, sort of, yeah. She didn't lose her ship. Is all.
That's true. She didn't.
It was always hers. So I guess her mom's gonna live on the street or on
on the boat with her.
On the boat with her, yeah, okay. But yeah, we told that douchebag, what's his face, Hamish.
Take this. His last name was Ascot. You couldn't get douchier.
Hamish Ascot. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Cool. Sam.
I didn't like the movie, but I liked how pretty it was, so I got to give it some points with that. I'll probably give this thing a good solid 4 out of 10.
All right. Sure. This movie was a meh to me. Just meh. So I'm just going to give it a 5.
I'm sorry.
It's also funny how many devices I have connected to Facebook because I have 2 alerts on my desktop, my Facebook from my Safari and my Chrome. Okay, now you're just doing it to be funny. Sam. Gosh.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
So.
Yeah, so if I'm just giving it a 5.
Just a 5.
Yeah, just a 5. Just to.
So what does that give us? What does that put us at?
Oh, I don't know. I'm in the settings of
Chrome.
Close
that out already.
Trying to figure out how to make the noise stop. 5.575. So, That puts us somewhere.
It's tied with True Memoirs of an International Assassin.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I like that movie way more than I like this movie.
It's right above Iron Sky.
Okay, I'm changing my score. I'm changing it to a 4. What does 4.75 do to it?
4.75. All right, that will drop it down
to 5.512.
5.51.
Yeah,
right above RoboCop and below Paycheck.
I'm good with that. I like Iron Sky way more than this. Not way more, but enough more. I'd rather watch Iron Sky again, honestly.
Wait. Iron Sky is 5.5. There's a bunch tied for that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather watch Iron Sky.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
All right.
Now are we? Am I good?
I think we're done. I think you're ready. Tell us what we're doing, and
so next week we're So next week we're doing the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The
wardrobe is important.
It is important.
Yeah. And Anakin.
And Anakin.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just whiny Edmund.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. The same kid.
Same kid. No, it's not.
Same acting.
No, it's not. Same acting, not same actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Though not the first book in the series. It's technically the second one, but for some reason this one was way more popular than the first one, which is weird. But anyway, so we'll do that next week, and I'm looking forward to it because it's kind of different than what we've done recently. We've done this movie and that movie are kind of similar. They're kind of kiddish, friendly with some pretty colors and a pretty cool score. But, it's okay because we got coming up after that, we've got Sweeney Todd and 7 Psychopaths. So we're going to get some happy before we get into some weird. Nice. And maybe we'll have a guest appearance on the Sweeney Todd episode. We'll let you know if that can be a thing or not. So,
which one of our government officials is in 7 Psychopaths?
All of them. There you go. That's a show. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Yeah. And now for some more bad news.
I did not mean to play that. I meant to play... Oh, I was supposed to play this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
That's for our out of 10. Okay, now. Sorry. Check us out. Cheapseatreviews.com is our website. GoFundMe.com/cheapseatreviews. Still a thing. If you want to participate in the show, $25 gets you on the show. That's still a thing. So,
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it's still a thing. I haven't checked that website in a while. But anyway, let's just pretend it's still a thing. Our Anchor app is now a full-fledged podcast. So I posted episode 2 today, which was my review of Fury, the Brad Pitt World War II tank movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw that a while ago. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf was really good in it. I thought he was... and I was reading the trivia about what he did to get ready for the role. That man is insane.
Just do it.
Oh, no kidding. He did it all right. Check us out. Leave us a review on iTunes. You can also find us on Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and any other podcatching devices. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Cheapseat Reviews. And follow us on Twitter at CheapseatCast. And of course, as always, you can and should send your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. And I will read them on air. And seriously, if you guys have a suggestion for us to do, you want us to do a movie, you can either email us or just Twitter is fine. Just say, hey, we want you to do Young Frankenstein or whatever. We'll do it. So on behalf of Corny, Andrew, and Sam, this is Sean saying thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.